I wanted to bring some up just because I found it really interesting. I got a couple of beers from Top Rope Brewing. Top Rope's a really class beer. They're all like wrestling, like it's a lot of pop culture, but the majority is wrestling based sort of like beers, and it's the main line is the Stone Cold Cream Austin. I don't know if you've ever seen on a couple of beers, they always do the like pair this beer with, and then you like after with certain meals stuff like obviously you got tabletop beers and stuff like that. You compare like different beers, different meals, sort of like to sort of heighten the flavors or whatever, all that bullshit. Yeah. But the Top Rope beers now that they're doing now, they pair it with wrestling shows. So you get a beer like there's I've just got one at home now. It's a Citra based one. It's called Shock the Citra. But there's a faction in. I know you don't really give a shit about wrestling, but I'm on the topic now. So there's a faction in NXT called Undisputed Era, and their like tag is like Shock the System. So it's like,
I know that you were gonna say NXT. I knew you were gonna go down the NXT.
Yeah, because Poppy's the fucking theme song now as well. That's fucking sick. She dropped that track on that. Did I send you it when she did that? It's called that Eat, and it's fucking heavy as fuck. That song is sick though. I'll send it to you afterwards. It's fucking sick. It's heavy.
Poppy dropped a new single.
Heavy. No, she's not dropped it yet. She did it live on NXT. It's from her upcoming album. She's not dropped it yet. I did send it. Yeah, I did. I'm more certain I did. But so anyway, so they do like, and then this one's called Shot the Stitcher after Undisputed Era. But on the cans, they pair it with a wrestling match to watch with it, which is really fucking cool. Like for me, I saw that. I was like, that's fucking sick. I saw it like in corner. It was like on the Stone Cold Cream Austin one. It was like Stone Cold and fucking Undertaker at Wrestlemania. I was like, well, what the fuck? And then I was checking all cans and they did it. I was like, that's so cool. Like as a wrestling fan, like that to me was like really fucking sick.
Like over here, it's very niche because wrestling's not as big over here.
I disagree. Okay. I disagree. The only reason you think that is because obviously you're not in the community. Wrestling's massive over here. It's that big that so NXT is the developmental brand for WWE. Well, it's more like a third brand now because it's really good. No, because it's better because Triple H runs it. It's better. It's got all the indie wrestlers on it. It's better than actually Raw and SmackDown now.
That's why I knew you were gonna go down the NXT route.
Yeah, because it's way better. It's way better. And then because. I'm sorry, stumbling on words. And then they set up a new development at NXT in the UK. It was the second one they did because wrestling's massive over here. Like you've got PCW, you've got like, all the other ones like when Defiant Wrestling, like all like the sort of like really independent ones that are like mad though. They're really good wrestling. Like you've got tickets to go watch PCW.
You really need to grab
I will do because it's so much fun. Like
they're wrestling at Akitown Hall.
Yeah, PCW. Well, it's Preston City Wrestling. So, but you've had like
they're recording it for Sky as well.
Yeah, because
we've got ringside seats. I know it's only the wrestling, and it was like 17 quid a ticket.
You used to have
come down. Me and Morgan Shanks are going. He's in his wrestling society at uni at Lancaster.
Is it?
Yeah,
that's sick.
That'd just be a good laugh.
I mean, we'll
get pissed and be like. The old dick twist. Grab his dick and twist it.
It's we'll go as the guys from It's Always Sunny. Do you know when they do the wrestling episode? We'll go as with the trash man. I'm a trash man. And we'll go as the free what they call when they imitate like the free birds or whatever. That's fucking sick. That's fucking funny though. But do you know the guy in it, the mental guy in it? In that episode?
Yeah.
It's Roddy Piper. He's like a massive like wrestling legend.
I do.
Like he's one of the biggest from his era, like Roddy Piper. Like he
wouldn't know him if I fell over him.
Oh mate, right? Do you know how you'll know him? Because Ronda Rousey named herself after Roddy Piper.
Well, that doesn't mean I know him though.
Yeah, but you obviously like pop culture reference. But like when she came to WWE, she like came out in like all the gear that Roddy Piper did, like similar attire. Really like fucking sick, like a homage. Yeah. But yeah, no mate. Like when I went to watch wrestling. At MEN, it was crazy. It was so much fun, like, and the crowd loves it. And actually, some of the best wrestlers in the world now are British. So you've got like the likes of Pete Dunne, Tyler Bates, all them sort of people. Joseph Connors, he's a really good wrestler. Like he's one of my favourites, and he's very lesser. He's like quite known in the indie scenes, but not very well known like in the mainstream.
I knew from,
like, so if you want to be a wrestler, kids, drink your tea and eat your crumpets.
Yeah, pretty much.
I knew from like over this side of the fucking world was Sheamus.
No, because he was massive. But then you had like Drew McIntyre and stuff as well. He's Scottish. Wade Barrett, he's from Preston. He was in WWE. But Pete Dunne, he's from Birmingham, and he's like one of the biggest stars on it.
Wait, I think I know. Isn't Paige English?
Paige is English. She's from Norwich.
I know too.
But Pete Dunne is a badass, mate, and he's from Birmingham, but he's like one of the main stars in NXT at the moment, and he's so fucking sick, mate. He's just a badass, and he's really cool. And he used to come out to when he was on the indie scenes. He used to come out to Can You Feel My Heart?
That's a
That was fucking sick, that, innit?
Till TikTok ruined
Till
it.
TikTok ruined it.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking like a Norn. I'm not even really like in the casual observer bracket. I'm like casual.
I love wrestling.
Casual.
And
I know most of my knowledge from you and Shanker.
Do you know what's really shit though for me is that I've been really into wrestling. I started late because I didn't like when I was young, but I got into it in, like late high school, didn't I?
Yeah. You were like 15 when you started getting... No, you were probably a bit younger than that when you started getting into it.
About 14, 15. Yeah. It was really weird. Like, but
You'd come in to school and you'd be like, I'm fucking knackered today, bro. I'm like, wow, what's up? We've sat in English. You'd be falling asleep on desk. Like, I've stayed up till like 3 o'clock watching wrestling. I'm like, why?
Fun. Do you know what? I did that once. Wrestlemania was on. And I had work the next day and I wasn't going to watch it. And then my brother, because my brother watches it, Mark.
Which one?
Shout out, which one? Shout out Mark. So I usually, if Mark's off school because he's a teacher, we watch it together. It's the only time I ever get to watch Wrestlemania and it's really sad.
I have to clarify that he's a teacher. He's a 30.
He's just a 30 guy.
Yeah, no, because obviously, because he only had. The only reason I mention it is because the
Adam Sandler film.
Yeah, that guy with the hat on and the skateboard. Yeah.
No, the only reason
that's from 30 Rock in it or something like that. The fucking.
Oh,
yeah,
I just
always in
know
our Sandler films, isn't he?
Yeah, I just know the meme. But the reason I mention it is because obviously it's on during that bank holiday weekend in April usually. So he only ever gets to watch it if it's that bank holiday. So I ever watch it on my own and watch it with Mark. And I wasn't going to watch it because I didn't book it off work like I usually do. And then he was like, "You watching wrestling tonight?" I was like, "Nah, I got work tomorrow." And I was like, fuck it. So I went and watched WrestleMania all night because it didn't finish till like 7 o'clock in the morning. I watched it all, went home, had a shower, got on the bus, went to work, and fucking mate, I was the worst. It was miserable, mate. Honestly, fucking miserable. I had a couple of bevs as well, so I like Eddie fucking going. Yeah, at work. Yeah.
At work. Her at dog just to get it through there.
Yeah, but it was fucking.
It's just.